Rainbow Six Siege is a game that rarely has big changes. Sure, there's a new patch every few months, but for the most part, when you're playing the game, you'll notice the game stays pretty similar. As attackers, you try and bring a hard breach so that you can get the walls that they reinforce. And you'll probably, hopefully, have someone that can bring some sort of drone or other gadget that helps get rid of the breach denial off the wall. As a defender, you just have breach denial. You just try and protect your bombs. But the bans can kind of change how that all works. It forces you to play certain ways, certain styles, and it's kind of hard to shake up the meta when the point of the game is still the same of you defending an area and the other people attacking that area. So I want to talk about hard breaching. When's the last time that you had a bandit tricking the wall? Probably the last time you played a game. It's really common, especially with Cade being banned. But how did you stop that bandit trick? Did you just get lucky and Thatcher wasn't banned so you could throw a bunch of EMPs at the wall? Did you use Captal Fire to make sure that he can't trick on part of the wall? Did you just shoot him somehow, luckily, through maybe like a window or a floor bang? Well, I discovered a new way recently, and I want to share that with you guys. Now, this doesn't work for every map or every site or even close to half of them, really. But it works pretty much every time. It's really foolproof. And when me and my friend are playing, we kind of do this on any map that we can. But what am I talking about? Well, let's jump into the gameplay. It is going to take 2 operators, so hopefully you're duo queued or maybe 3 or 4 or 5 stacked even. But you want to make sure that you run mav and glaz, and you're going to want to make sure that you are going to a site that has an exposed wall. Those are pretty much your prerequisites. An outside wall that leads to somewhere important, something like what Bandit would trick, like Clubhouse, Chalet, Night Haven Labs, pretty much any of that stuff. What's going to end up happening is you're going to see a bandit, okay? And like a good bandit, he's going to have his batteries on the wall. Why wouldn't he? I mean, it's normal, right? Bandit puts his batteries on the wall. What you're going to do after that is a little different, right? So as you see, we've got our nice friendly bandit volunteer here. Everybody wave hi to the bandit volunteer. He set up his batteries. Now, like a good bandit, he's going to try and trick the wall. But we're going to make it a little hard for him. We're going to make it so that, you know, it's not as easy as it might be. Now, you still want to do your normal setup, set up your claymores, all that good stuff. But once you get to the wall with your friendly glaz, you're going to ask glaz to smoke on the wall. And you're going to take your mav gadget out. And once that smoke goes off, you're going to mav holes on the wall. And you're just going to get a free kill. Just like that. You're not going to be able to tell where the mav holes are actually coming from. So I just want to also show you guys some of the other perspectives, like the glaz perspective and the bandit perspective. So we're going to go ahead and show those in here too. Okay, so this is going to be the glaz perspective for you. Just remember, you still want to have maybe like a nomad, put some air jabs or something along those lines up on the wall. But once you get to the wall, you're going to want to smoke that immediately, just so that you can get it going. And then once mav starts to mav the wall, you just want to get that quick kill on bandit if you can. And he'll still continue maving the wall the rest of the way, but you'll be able to play that for pretty much the whole round. See if maybe you can get some extra picks on people that are crossing that maybe don't really expect that. All right, so we just want to give you bandit's perspective here. So we're going to go ahead, we have the wall reinforced, we're going to set up our batteries. And we're going to act like we're tricking. Normally bandit would probably sit in this corner here to stay away from the drone hole for capital flames. And we're just going to see exactly what a bandit would see when they smoke the wall. We're going to try and act like bandit behavior. Just like that. You can tell, pretty effective, but nice simple trick. So what does this all mean? You mentioned bans before. What do the bans have to do with you playing Glaz and Mav? Well, having Cade banned is kind of a requirement. Cade tricking is going to be done a lot different. You can Cade trick from a floor above, a floor below. You can even put Cades just static on the wall where you can't see them. Sure, the Mav can still open the wall. It's a little bit harder, but he can still open the wall, so you could still bring Glaz and Mav no matter what. But what it means is if Cade's banned and you can play Mav and Glaz with your friend, or maybe someone else who coordinates really well with you on your team, there's a very large number of maps. Night Haven has 2 spots that this can be used on, IT and basement. You could use it for bank, for the 2nd floor wall into CEO. It's a little tougher the way that that map is being set up now, but border can use it, chalet can use it, clubhouse can use it, consulate can use it, especially for the garage. The garage is so important. Almost everyone will trick on consulate. Canal, another map that tricking is super essential to winning that map. For 2nd floor, at the very least. Oregon has some application. Outback on the balcony for electrical has application. There's so many applications for this trick. Even Villa, if you were to do it on something like the study walls, right? Just insane amount of application. In the counter to it, it's Warden. But what is Warden going to do? You can see through the smoke, sure, and see that there are mav holes. Takes a lot for that to fall into the right place, though. Warden has to be near the wall. Warden has to be looking at the wall. Warden has to not be engaged somewhere else. Warden has to be alive. Warden still would have to outbeat the Glaz with really fast rate of single shot fire to be able to win, to be able to shoot back before dying to something that he doesn't know where to look. Does he look up? Does he look down? He just hears the call that they're on wall, or that they smoked on wall, but the wall is not breached. You might not even know to turn his goggles on, right? So this trick seems to be probably one of the better tricks going forward because there's no counter. Anyway, thank you guys for coming in. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy.